Well, hello there, McKinney. In this video, we are going to talk about the real estate market and how it performed for April, but we are also going to hit on the big thing that everyone is talking about right now, and that is a possible recession. Now, what could a recession do for our local McKinney market? Well, keep watching to find out. Hi, I'm Jennifer Shannon. I'm a realtor with Keller Williams serving the McKinney area, and I love to be your resource for all things real estate. And part of that is updating you each month on what is happening in our real estate market. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and just rip the Band-Aid right off, and we are going to talk about this recession that we keep hearing about in the news, shall we? So first, it is important to understand what a recession actually is. It's defined as a period of temporary economic decline during which trade and industrial activity are reduced, generally identified by a fall in GDP in 2 successive quarters. So we did have a decline in GDP for the first quarter, and if there's another one in the second quarter, well, ta-da! We will technically be in a recession. But here is why this will not likely be the type of recession that you would be afraid of. You see, unlike normal recessions, we have a lot of job openings right now, which means we'll still likely see job creation. And this is an indicator of a healthy market. Also, we're still seeing home prices go up for McKinney despite the slowdown in GDP. So this is just another indicator of the incredible demand we have in our market. And here is why I don't think the real estate market is going to crash. Now keep in mind, growth over the last 3 years has been insane. The average sales price for a home in McKinney for April 2019 was $361,779. And in just 3 years, that has gone up to $636,433, a 76% increase. And from April 2021 to 2022, the growth was 33.3%. And you might stop me and say,
Jennifer, this is exactly why it's going to crash. We went up too much, too fast.
but hold on, because a crash makes people think prices are going to go backwards and drop below where they are. But take a look at this statement from Freddie Mac. And if there is only one thing you remember from this video, I want this to be it. And it says, Freddie Mac analysis shows that a 1% increase in mortgage rates results in home price appreciation that is 4 percentage points lower. For instance, a 1% increase in mortgage rates would change home price growth from 11 to 7%. Or, to translate this into our McKinney market, a 1% increase in mortgage rates would change our home price growth from 33.3% to 31.3%, which is still incredible. And in the event interest rates go up 2%, that would take us from 33.3% to 25.3%. Again, still great growth. So this, folks, is why I really think we can handle this recession. Simple as that. So it's not so much that prices are going to drop from where they are. They're just not going to grow like they have. And if anything, we probably won't start to see a plateau until next year sometime. So with all of this being said, there are actually some people who could be hurting right now because of one thing that just happened. And that is the county's notice of appraised value. Yep, it is property tax time in Texas, and some folks are going through some severe sticker shock. So this is hurting investors who cannot take advantage of our homestead exemption that caps assessments from increasing more than 10% from the previous year. It's also hurting those who purchased last year and could not carry over that previous owner's exemption, and they had to wait to file it on their own. And you see, when they purchased, they were escrowing or accounting for a tax amount that was most likely a lot lower than what the county just hit them with. For example, my appraised value on my home went up 52% in just 1 year. Now, fortunately for me, I have my homestead exemption, so they can only assess me at an amount that's 10% over my last year's assessment. But if you're an investor or a buyer who was just at that line of affordability when you purchased your home last year, well, I think these are the folks who actually are going to help supply the next wave of inventory to hit the market. So let's go ahead and take a look at all of our stats for McKinney. At the recording of this video, interest rates are at 5.3% with 0.9% in fees and points. And the data from the Mortgage Bankers Association ending on May 6th, mortgage applications decreased 8% from the same time 1 year ago, but they actually went up 2% when you look at the week before. Now remember, our demand last year was incredibly strong. So it's okay that we're down a little, because 8% is not that much when we compare this year to to last year. And for this data, I am looking at single-family home sales in the city of McKinney. These numbers are based on sales data from April. The average sales price was $636,433, a 33.3% jump from where it was a year ago. And when we look at our number of new listings, at first glance, it is exciting news. We had 375 new listings hit the market. And when you compare it to April 2019, when we had 495 new listings, we're only down 24% from our pre-COVID levels, and we are getting closer to closing that gap. But when we look at the actual number of homes for sale, there's actually a huge gap. This is proof of the demand right here, because most of the new listings were snatched up as soon as they hit the market. In April of 2022, we had 220 homes for sale. In April 2019, before the COVID craziness, we had 1,027 homes for sale. We're down 80% from our pre-COVID levels. And the demand is also echoed in our months of supply. Regardless of the increase in interest rates and the increasing number of new listings, we only have 0.8 months of inventory. This means it would take less than 1 month for all the houses listed in McKinney on the MLS to go under contract based on our current demand. And the time it takes for a home to go under contract is just at an average of 9 days. We've actually hit a record low for time on market in McKinney. Our average sales price per square foot was $234 a square foot, and that was a 31.5% increase from last year. On average, homes are still selling substantially over the asking price, as in 11.9% over asking. So if you consider our average sales price for April was $636,433, that means the average sales price is roughly $70,000 over the asking price. As far as showing activity, we're averaging 19.6 showings a listing. Now that number did go down from 25 last month, and it's likely because we have so many more homes to see that it just spread the demand out. So what is our takeaway? Well, it is the same song and dance. It's a great time to be a seller, but it is still really tough to be a buyer. But if this new listing inventory keeps going up like it has, especially at the rate that it's going up, then I hope that we will see a lot of relief for buyers in this multiple offer madness that they find themselves in. So if you are thinking of buying or selling in this market, let's talk. If you're a seller, you can attend one of my upcoming home selling webinars. In this webinar, we are going to talk about what it takes to sell your home in this market. We'll give you a clear picture about the expectations on sellers right now and give you insight as to how to get even more out of the sale of your home. Because if you can believe it or not, there is more to it than just putting it on the MLS and naming your price. We're also going to answer the one big question that all sellers are asking right now, and that is, should you list now or should you wait? So visit homesellingwebinar.com, sign up for one of those upcoming virtual home selling webinars. It's free online, so it's super easy. And for buyers, I've got you too. You can contact me directly about buying your next home in McKinney or attend one of my free upcoming home buyer webinars. This webinar is a huge help for buyers. We're going to talk about what to expect in this market as a buyer and how to make strong offers, because now, if you can believe this or not, the offer is not just about the cash you're bringing to the table. We'll talk about the process from a lending side, and I'll go into more details on market trends and which submarkets have the least demand, so you've got a sense of where you might have more opportunities as a buyer. I'm also going to ask the one big question buyers are asking right now, and that is, should I wait to see if prices come down before I buy? So visit homepurchasewebinar.com and get registered for this also free online webinar. And as always, you can reach out to me directly by contacting me through phone or text at 214-803-4444 or email me at jshannon@kw.com. Well, that is all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to updating you next month on the McKinney real estate market. Bye now.